Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis and today we're going to be talking about my favorite books of 2023 so far. Hi, good morning. Okay, so I just woke up and I was like, I really want to film this video right now. I'm just going to talk about books. So here we are, it's early, it's bright, and we're going to jump in. I'm going to introduce these books in the order that I read them from January until now. Otherwise, there's no specific way I'm going to be sharing these. All of these books were 5-star reads I absolutely adore with my entire heart. And y'all, I can't believe we're halfway through the year already. If you are like a super OG, you might remember this, but like back when I first started posting on my channel, my favorite books of 2022 was actually one of my first videos ever. And that video is so weird to look at now because I just don't even feel like I'm the same person, but like doing these videos are like so fun to me because I'm just like, it's so nostalgic. Anyways, with that little rant out of the way, let's talk about the stack of books I have that are slightly off camera. So my first favorite of 2023 so far is Do I Know You by Emily Wimberly and Austin C. from Broca. I've been a massive fan of these two authors for literally their entire career, and their newest release was an easy fave of mine. I read this in January, right before it came out. Berkeley was kind enough to provide me with an e-arc, and of course I had to immediately buy myself a finished copy. This copy is actually signed and came with some like gorgeous pre-order goodies, and I'm so excited. If you don't know what this book is about, Do I Know You is about Eliza and Graham. They are a married couple who are going on vacation for their 5-year anniversary. However, the two of them have been having some marital issues, so this 5-year anniversary trip really ends up being like a saving grace for them, where they actually kind of just pretend not to know each other. Essentially what happens is Graham is at like a bar and is talking to this guy, like they're just chatting, they just met, and Eliza like walks up and is like, hi, and then the guy, the third person, is like, oh, hi, like, oh, hey, Eliza, like, this is Graham, and, like, vice versa, and they're, like, they just go along with it. And then they, like, pretend to be dating for the first time for the entire week of their 5-year anniversary vacation, and it, like, reignites their spark. And then it is dual POV, and they work through their marital issues, and they're just personal issues, and it's just really well-crafted and really good. I enjoyed this book so much. Give it 5 stars. Obviously, one of my favorites of the entire year. Okay, this next book, I feel bad that I don't talk about this book enough more, and that is Twice Shy by Sarah Hogle. I read her other novel, You Deserve Each Other, that like gets really hyped up last year and loved it, so I decided to pick up Twice Shy this year. And this book, like, this book is the song Sweet Nothing. Like, if you like Taylor Swift, the song Sweet Nothing is this book. It's about our main two characters, Maybelle and Wesley, and essentially Maybelle's great aunt dies, who she hasn't spoken to in a really long time, and she goes to her great aunt's estate because she believes that she is going to be inheriting it, so she wants to start working on cleaning it up and also just live there, only to find out that it was actually inherited by both her and Wesley. So it's kind of a forced proximity moment since they're both having to work on this house together, and Wesley has some extreme social anxiety. It's a little sunshine, grumpy sort of moment. It's a really, really sweet, tender, loving book. It's not super long. Honestly, there are so many scenes in this book that just made my heart crack. I loved these characters so deeply, and I will truly read anything that Sarah Hogle writes at this point. I don't think anyone's gonna be surprised that there's a book by Lynn Painter on this list, and this is only the first one, but the first one is The Love Wager. So I read this book back right around the time it came out on my Kindle, and y'all, this book is such a freaking delight. It is fake dating, it is best friends to lovers, they both have cats, like it. This book is everything I've ever needed and more. I read this on my Kindle, and I read it in public one time, and there were so many scenes where I, like, could not stop myself from, like, giggling and laughing in public, and I was, like, so embarrassed, because I was, like, trying to keep it together, but this book was just, like, that good. This book is about Hallie and Jack, and essentially, Hallie and Jack have a one-night stand, and then Hallie is like, I really need to get my life together, so she and him don't talk, and they end up finding each other again on a dating app. And Hallie is like, I'm going to send him a message, like, just be funny. So they end up, like, talking and reconnecting. And they decide, okay, we're not going to date, but what we're going to do is we're going to set up our dates at the same location. And then if our dates go bad, we can just go get tacos together after our crappy dates. And then through that, they end up bonding and becoming best friends. And then there's a super cute fake dating element towards the end of the story where they have to go to Hallie's sister's wedding. And they end up fake dating. And this book was just sunshine and rainbows and packed full of Lynn Painter charm. I literally love this book so freaking much. I feel like this next book is going to be making a lot of people's lists, and that is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I read When in Rome from this author last year. I actually vlogged some of it on my channel, and I loved it so much, so obviously I had to pick this up immediately. And this book is... Obviously I loved all these books, so I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but y'all, this book is so soft and wholesome and Sunshine Grumpy and Small Town and just, So our main character's name is Annie, and Annie owns a little flower shop, and she is like the town's good girl. Like, everyone thinks she's just like a little precious angel, and she really doesn't like that reputation that's been like given to her, since she doesn't feel like it's, you know, like accurate. But anyways, and then we have Will. Will is the bodyguard from the first book. He protects the main character in the first book, Amelia, who is a pop star. And he is in town for the summer, and the two of them end up having a romance. And it's... This book, y'all ever just smile and like there's I don't even have thoughts. I don't have feelings. I don't have opinions. Just happy. This book is amazing. You need to read it. Sunshine Grumpy. Like, just... Small Town. This book has everything you need and more, and the cover's adorable, and it was so freaking good. Sarah Adams has some other books coming out in this series too, and I just know that like every time that one comes out, I'm just going to literally eat it up because this book series is so good, and I'm so happy it's finally getting the recognition that like it deserves online. Next, I have Addicted to You by Kristen Becker-Ritchie. In case you don't know, I've been slowly working through this series as the new Berkeley editions have released, because if you haven't looked for them online, it's impossible to find the original editions for like any sort of reasonable price. A total aside, but anyways, I read Addicted to You earlier this year, and since then I have worked through all the books. I'm actually currently reading Hot House Flower, and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to put Addicted to You on here just to symbolize the fact that I've been working through and reading this series, and it has really been a favorite. It's been so comforting to me to read a series with these characters and be able to like go back into these books and know the characters. I didn't even realize how much I loved having like a contemporary romance-based series until now, because I can't even tell you the amount of times I've been like, I want to read something, but I don't know what, and then I get to dive into the next Calloway or Addicted book, and just, it's so comforting. This book is, in my opinion, definitely worth the hype. I'm loving the series, and honestly, I'm going to continue to pre-order and read the books until they come out, and I just know that, like, when I finish the series, I'm going to be so devastated that it's over. If y'all like to watch my vlogs, then you already know all about what I thought about If You Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. And I do have a vlog on this, so it'll be in the little corner if you want to go watch that, but I enjoyed this book so much. It was a little bit slower than I expected, but the ending was an absolute gut punch. This book slayed me to pieces, and it's definitely worth the hype if you've seen it on the internet. It's one of my favorites of the whole year, and there is a sequel coming out later this year that I am really excited about because I just know that, like, it's gonna break me, and I am usually not a sad book girl, but I really, really enjoyed this book. It was heartbreaking and, like, in case you don't know what this book is about, because I suck at like remembering to tell you all what the books are about. This is about our main characters, Autumn and Finn. They were childhood best friends, and this book essentially just explores both of their lives when they are in high school and they grow apart. Autumn is a bit more of an outsider, while Finn is a bit more of like the golden boy. They fall into different crowds, and it mostly just talks about Autumn's entire high school career and all the different times she runs into Finn and what the relationship ends up growing and changing to be over their years in high school. This book is fantastic. Highly recommend. If you see it at a Target, they're usually like $8 or cheaper for a copy, so grab one and get ready to cry. Okay, we're approaching the end, but one of the next books is Water Under the Bridge by Kells and Denise Stone. This book was so good. I won this book in a giveaway a long time ago from the authors themselves, and I am so happy I finally read it. It was on my 2023 TBR, and I just knew I had to get to it this year, especially because there is actually a spin-off sequel following the main character's brother that came out called Our Scorching Summer, and I really wanted to read this one before I get to that one. So this is a workplace enemies to lovers romance between Avery and Luca. Essentially, Avery goes in to interview for this job at Luca's organization, but she ends up not getting it, which immediately kind of pits them together, but because of a lot of semantics about their job and like competitions and things, they actually kind of end up working together. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the brain capacity or the time to explain to you in detail how it ends up working out, but like they end up working in the same office and stuff on a similar project and end up having the cutest little romance. The thing that really sold me to buy this book or like to get this book and start reading it is someone posted on TikTok about the fact that this man literally buys her a $50,000 coffee machine. If giving is my love language and I love coffee, I have to read this. And y'all, it's amazing. I'm really excited to read the sequel. Highly recommend if you're looking for a indie pub office romance. This book is amazing. It had great tension, and honestly, it's really, really promising debut. I cannot wait to read more from these authors. Alright, we're now up to like the reads that I've literally read within the past few weeks, and the first one is Begin Again by Emma Lord. I've been a big fan of Emma Lord since her first book came out, and I'm so happy I finally read this one because, guys, it was so cute. It's like a young adult romance, but it mostly takes place during college. It's the freshman year of college for our main character, Andy. Essentially what ends up happening is she transfers to Blue Ridge, I think is the name of the college, and this has like been her dream her entire life because where her mom went, who passed away. Essentially, after she gets to Blue Ridge, she finds out that her long-distance boyfriend who attended Blue Ridge actually transferred to the community college she used to go to. So they're still long distance, and that's kind of upsetting, but you watch Andy throughout the semester deal with her long-distance boyfriend and then also work on developing new friends, and it was just so cute. There's a lot of very unique things that Emma Lord always includes in her book, and for this one in particular, there's like a secret underground college podcast. There is a really cool like unique bagel shop. It's just a very interesting book. It has a lot of quirks, but not in like a weird way. Like it's a very fun book, and if you are into young adult, if you're into like upper YA, I would say, like, you know, college age, this book is just really fun. It was a really quick read. It was full of really great moments, and by the end of it, the characters just felt so utterly real, and the relationships were just so good. I was so rooting for Angie and Milo the entire book, and I am absolutely in love with how this book turned out. It's an easy 5 stars, and Emma Lord once again just slayed the game. My very final favorite book of 2023 so far is one that actually doesn't come out till November, but it slayed my entire soul, and that is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I was going to vlog this one, but I got a little swept away and ended up reading it in 2 days and did not. But first of all, here you can see all my tabs. But like I said, this comes out in November, and it's about our main 2 characters, Bailey and Charlie. Bailey and Charlie met when they were young teenagers on an airplane, and then years and years later, they find out they're actually working the same job together. And they did not have a very pleasant experience the first time they actually met. If y'all hear the birds in this video, I'm sorry. They're like chirping louder than I'm talking. They meet again, and they kind of have like a little enemies to lovers sort of vibe, like more just like disliked to lovers. More like disliked to friends to lovers. And there's kind of like this whole thing where they're kind of fake dating, essentially. Because this book has a lot going on, and then like in a great way. So, first of all, it is dual POV. And this, I feel like I don't know how to word my feelings about this book, because it's just like, this book was everything to me. Charlie and Bailey are both really interesting characters because this book definitely tackles a lot more of a serious topic than I feel like other Lynn Painter books have. Both of the main characters have really strong home issues or parental issues, and that's really explored in this book, and they really help each other, and it was just really amazing. I love that it was dual POV, very Grumpy Sunshine-esque. It's very interesting. The birds are chirping so loud that I think my brain's turning off. If you like Lynn Painter, if you like Taylor Swift references, if you like Sunshine Grumpy, if you like 2 characters who are both going through stuff and are helping each other through that, if you like a little bit of fake dating, if you like fake kissing, if you like little friend squads, if you like working at essentially what a sky zone is, this book is for you. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's 5 stars. It made me sob. It made me cheer. This book, there were so many times where I was reading it and I had to like put it down so I could like smile and blush and like just take a second to process, because oh my gosh, Lynn killed this book. This book, a slay. Incredible, amazing, unbelievable, delicious, read it. Pre-order it. It's so good. And thank you so much to Simon Teen for sending me this arc, because I hope you know that you've made my entire life. It's such an honor to have this. And when I got the package, I literally cried. So, thank you for making my entire life by giving me an arc of this, because thank you. I don't have words. Simon Teen, in case you're seeing this, thank you. Anyways, now that I have talked for like 30 minutes, that's the end of the video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you are being patient with the fact that the birds are like cheeping the crap out, thank you for being patient. I feel like the longer this has gone on, the more it's become apparent that I haven't had coffee and I'm still waking up. So, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope I see you next week. Let me know if you've read any of these. If you want to read any of these, anything like that, comment down below or message me on Instagram. Here is my handle, as per usual. I hope you're doing amazing. And thank you guys just so much for watching. I hope you are having a lovely summer so far, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Bye!